bonded as neighbors over being pregnant at the same time, so we were friends from day one. When Isaac's family upgraded to a nicer apartment building, mine followed. We learned how to walk, talk, and ride bikes together. Our parents exchanged recipes from old family cookbooks. The Elliots taught the Bermans all about hot dish, and the Bermans showed the Elliots how to make matzo ball soup and challah. Looking them over, I could tell they were as nervous as me about the newspaper positions, so I held back my urge to throw an anxiety spiral at them. Audrey was also gunning for a top editor position, and Isaac wanted to be the next photography editor, because taking pictures was the only reason he was in newspaper. He didn't obsess over writing stories like Audrey and I did. For him, his photos were the stories. Agree to disagree, Isaac. Words were everything. Top spots typically went to the seniors, but there were more juniors this year, and too many positions to go to seniors alone. And after 2 years of working our asses off with late-night planning sessions, taking on extra stories, and each winning an award at the newspaper conference last year, the 3 of us were feeling pretty confident. The Observer's front wall was entirely whiteboard, while the back was full of storage cabinets that we shared with the yearbook club. Long tables and chairs filled the rest of the space. I eagerly sat front and center with my friends. Off to our left was a small office, and our right housed the lab, with prehistoric computers that would freeze without warning in the middle of saving a document. It was dated. It was glorious. Magic happened in the lab. In short, it was our sanctuary. Mick's Margot Shannon stood in front of the class as everyone calmed down. They were in their late 20s, and the only teacher with an undercut. They'd started teaching the same year I started high school and newspaper, so we'd grown up here together. And although I was still 2 years from graduation, the idea of leaving them and newspaper class behind one day already felt bittersweet. Okay, class, I know you're all eager to find out your roles and beats, so I won't keep you waiting, Mick Shannon said as they started passing out papers. I seriously considered each position, and not everyone who wanted an editor spot was able to get one. I'll be available after class if anyone wants to talk. Audrey was practically bouncing in her seat by the time the papers made their way to us, and a rare, smug smile tugged on Isaac's lips. They were shoo-ins for top spots, and I wasn't even a little surprised when I saw opinion editor next to Audrey's name and photography editor next to Isaac's. But as I got to the bottom of the editor list, I realized Mick Shannon's mistake. I wasn't on it. How was that possible? My eyes trailed down the page until they locked on my assigned beat for first semester. Volleyball. Audrey's and Isaac's faces were a mix of excitement, confusion, and empathy. They knew how big a deal this would be for me. I wasn't mad about their positions because they truly deserved them, but I felt an uncomfortable twist of jealousy that was new to me. We got jealous of other people sometimes, but not each other. Feeling it now made me want to scream at myself. Mick Shannon explained the importance of everyone having a part to play to make a newspaper successful, but I tuned them out and stared daggers at the list. Volleyball beat. I'd never played the sport outside gym class, and I hated it. Okay, I miraculously had a killer serve, but I'd never dive or jump for a ball. And the team was full of girls who had some kind of cult-like friendship. Volleyball beat. Jordan Elliott. This was my nightmare. I took Mick Shannon up on their offer to talk after class, since it was the last period of the day and I had nowhere to be, and because I wouldn't be able to sleep tonight without answers. I was still hoping there'd been a mistake, but I knew I was wrong the moment Mick Shannon said, "I'm sorry, Jordan, but it wasn't a mistake." I huffed a sigh, fighting with myself to stay calm, despite still wanting to burst into tears or yell. I don't understand. I thought I'd crushed it these past 2 years. Oh, you totally crushed it, Mick Shannon.